So we're just going to call this ellipses or ellipse notes. Day number 2. Again, I'm pulling these, I'm not writing on the worksheet, but I'm actually pulling these from the packet, the examples that I'm doing here. So example 1, 7x squared plus 16y squared plus 14x minus 64y equals 41. Okay, so very similar to what we did with the circle, we're going to do kind of the same process. We're going to get our x's together. We're going to get our y's together. And we're going to move our constant to the right. Now, the one difference that hopefully you notice is our x squared and our y squared have coefficients that are bigger than 1. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make those coefficients 1 by factoring out the greatest common factor. So in this first one, I'm going to factor out a 7. That gives me x squared plus 2x. On this one, I'm going to factor out a 16, which leaves me left with y squared minus 4y. Now, we're going to go ahead and complete the square just like we did before. So we're going to take half of 2, which is 1. We're going to square that. So we're going to add 1 in the parentheses there. Now, the thing we have to remember, because we factored out a 7, we're not really just adding 1 to this side. We're adding 1 times 7. So we're going to add 7 to the right side, just like we just added 7 to the left side. When I complete the square with the y, half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. So in this case, I'm not just adding 4, I'm actually adding 4 times 16, which is 64. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do some condensing here. This becomes 7 times x plus 1 squared plus 16 times y minus 2 squared. If I add 64 plus 7, that gives me 112 total. Now, this is the new step that we make that we really didn't have to do when we were doing the circle problems, is we want this to be 1 over here, so we're going to divide both sides by 112. So we end up with 1 on the right side. What's 7? Does 7 go into 112? 16 times, so now we have x plus 1 squared over 16 plus y minus 2 squared over 7. And now we have it in standard form, and we can go ahead and go about finding our a value our b value, would this be a horizontal or a vertical ellipse? Be a horizontal because my a squared is underneath the x squared. We go ahead and go through that process of finding the different parts. Now today I want to just kind of focus on this completing the square part. So let's do another one. Just trying to get these into standard form. So 3x squared minus 6x plus 4y squared plus 8y minus 5 equals 0. So go ahead right now. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Go ahead and try this one on your own. Just try and get it into standard form right now on your own. So again, we're going to get the x's together, the y's together, move my constant over to the right, so 5 is going to go to the right. I'm going to factor out a 3 in my x's, so that leaves me with x squared minus 2x plus, I'm going to factor out a 4, so y squared plus 2y. Complete the square on this first one. I'm going to add 1. So it's really like adding 3. Here I'm going to also add 1. So it's like adding 4. So on the right side we're going to get 12. So we get 3 times x minus 1 squared plus 4 times y plus 1 squared equals 12. We're going to divide both sides by 12. So we're going to get x minus 1 squared over 4 plus y plus 1 squared over 3 equals 1. And there would be standard form.